Hi, this is Lily and welcome back to my page. You know, it's always a privilege to have you join me, so thank you. This is the second video on my journey growing up in the island of Niue. So where I stopped off, I will continue to share with you what happened next. So my parents got married, had children, and up to number 6, I was number 6, so they had number 7, 8, and there were 8 here. There were 8 children born in Niue, so I will continue the story on from there. And so my parents, of course, got married on Boxing Day, and then I said, who gets married on Boxing Day? I'm in a day busy from Christmas Day, and then you get married on Boxing Day. I don't think it was a public holiday back then. So there you go. That was a story. Now we're going to continue. And so growing up in Niue, as a child of number 6 to my parents, it was a big family. We had to, you know, I don't think I could ever think that Mum and Dad didn't have enough time for us, but I believe they did share their time, shared their time with all the children. So you had my older sister, who was basically bringing us up, because at the time, I think a lot of the Niuean ladies back then had the older children look after the young ones while they went off to do the community thing, like the woman would meet in the caves for weaving, because it was a cool area for them to be in the cave. So when you're weaving, you've got to be in a cool area where you're not in the direct sunlight or where it's warm or hot. So the caves were the coolest places. And I would remember my mum and her friends or sisters. They would all go and meet there, and you could hear them. They were the echoing coming out of the caves, and it was just, you could just hear the fun they were having, you know, the laughter, and then when it was quiet, you know, you could tell that maybe they would be gossiping then. But when they were loud laughing and talking loud, then I think, you know, they're not talking about someone. So it was just beautiful sound, just hearing the ladies, you know, just enjoying themselves and doing something so simple. It's just weaving, because like back in those days, a lot of the women were not working at all. I don't believe there was a lot of women that did work. Once you became a mother, your role was to be home with the children, and so that was what our Niuean ladies, or mothers and aunties, were. Enjoyed life, just being together and weaving and cooking and washing clothes, and they got together and helped each other. So if there was a child, someone was going to have a child, like if I was born, I think Mum was telling me there were aunties that used to come over and help. So Mum was never really bringing us up on her own or on their own. There were aunties always around to help. And there was another thing that our island people, or our island ladies, did, and that was how they chewed the food. They would chew their food in their mouth, and they would give it to the child. Hey, we're not sick, we're quite healthy. But my mum used to be really funny, because there was this old lady, I think it was a bit older then, about, you know, had grown up, but Mum would show me this lady with no teeth and really old, and she said, oh, that's the lady that used to chew the food in her mouth, and she used to give it to you. And I'd be disgusted, of course, but that was just their ways. That was just the island way. I didn't find it disgusting at all, but I thought at the time just how Mum used to tease me, or tease us as kids, you know, growing up. So there were a lot of help. The island ladies had a lot of help from each other. They helped and supported each other. So bringing our upbringing as young children, as we were well loved by a lot of people. Had a lot of aunties around, and it was really good. That's why I'm saying the life growing up in Niue was beautiful, because I don't believe my mum was stressed out or anything, because it was just no expectations of anything really as hard as bringing up children, because there was help. There was help there. There was really, really good support. And also I do remember a time when Mum and Dad would go out, and what we loved was the baby milk, the formula, the one in the tin, baby's formula. And oh my goodness, it isn't the formula they have now. It was more like just the dried milk. So we would go and take that tin around the back of the house. One would be on guard, and we'd all be scooping a spoonful into our mouths, while one would be on the lookout to see if Mum and Dad were coming, or our older sister was not around, the one that was looking after. Those are the moments of, pure joy and just fun, just sneaking, things like that. And to this day, I can honestly tell you that whenever I take a spoon, I do have it sometimes. I have the skim milk. That's what they powder skim milk. I will take it and just have that, a spoon. And I'll just the taste brings back memories of those moments that we used to sneak the formula, the milk. So powdered milk. So those are the joys, just to us back then. It was a beautiful moment of just having that spoon of powdered milk going into your mouth, and just, I honestly can say, I can still remember those days very clearly in my mind. So anyway, that's carrying on from that. Also I recall, like in the evenings, late at night, there'll be people coming around with torches, I guess, to pick up my parents and my whoever was going to go out hunting. They would call crab hunting, and they would call ungas. Of course, you wouldn't go out to the sea because they're just there. There was a certain time of season that they would come out. They're called ungas. That's what we call our crabs. And you could just smell the torches, the smell of kerosene or whatever they had, methylated spirit, or these torches, of course, because I'm talking about the flame, ones that, not the actual battery torches, because back there, no, that was not it. And so they would all go out with these flame crabs. Oh, it was just these moments that I could just think of right now were pure bliss, because people coming together and doing things like that was just exciting. And I would be able to go out a few times. I've been out with them doing that, but I didn't stay out. I would just go not too far away from the house, and I guess I had to come back. But yes, it was those moments of doing those kind of things. It's just so simple and so natural that you go out hunting for, a meal. There were no meat back in our islands. There's no form of animals that you could kill for meat. The only meat were the pigs that were brought back. The only animals, four-legged animals that could survive back in Niue were the pigs. There was no cows, no sheep, no other form of animals back there. No. So that was our main diet, was the crabs and the fish. The crabs and the fish. And I believe that produce also, like the green bananas that were boiled, and the taros, that's a root plant, and arrowroot. Oh, yams, all squeezed with fresh coconut cream. Those were the foods that we were brought up with. If we were sent to school, we'd most probably have a wrapped banana, a green banana, and we were brought up with the natural foods, and I believe that's why we're still so very, very healthy this day. We lost our sister when she was 6 or 7 because my mum caught polio when she was pregnant. Someone had come to the island, and this is what I was told. And my sister was paralysed when she was 2 years old. Became paralysed, and I believe she could have got help, but I don't think my parents could afford at the time to subscribe to my page, and we'll see you again. Cheers for now.